Hello everyone, welcome to another Gran Turismo video. This one we're going to be looking at round 4 of the Nations Cup, Group 1 cars at Dragon Trail Seaside, and taking a look at some of the strategy options and how the tyres play out, how the fuel's looking, and some solutions how we might want to tackle this race. So we'll just look at the settings here. Now, just as we're kind of highlighting on the settings, there is no tyre requirement for this round. Unlike some of the previous rounds, and in the Manufacturers Cup we had to run a certain tyre. In this race we have the choice of racing softs and racing mediums, however you can just do the whole racing softs penalty free. And that's probably how you're going to want to be running the race. I've not had a lot of time to put some of this together, so I've not actually tested the medium tyre, but my gut feeling is it's going to be about a second a lap slower. And I think the gap between that just means it's not really an option for an optimal strategy. So the first run we're looking at here is a 2-stopper, just using soft tyres. So 3 sets of soft tyres, stopping twice. We're going to stop on lap 6, lap 12, and then run to the end on our soft tyres. So here we are on our in-lap. Now tyre wear, as you can see, is quite severe even after only 6 laps. The wear on the indicators down by about 30 to 40% on the fronts and maybe about 25% on the rears. So a pit stop there, only about 6 seconds longer than a normal lap, and then the out lap's about another 2 seconds. So pit stop loss around about 8 seconds. So not too severe at all. Now, I found that the tyres do drop off very quickly when you're on the soft tyres, but because it's Group 1 cars and you've got so much downforce, the cars still feel pretty decent to drive even with the worn tyres. So here we are, we'll jump forward onto lap 12. This is going to be our second in-lap for our 2-stop strategy. Now, the race here, as I said, some Group 1 cars. We've got 19 laps to do, and fuel for most of the cars that I've tested, you're going to have to do a bit of fuel saving. I'm doing my testing in the Tomahawk, only because it's my favourite Group 1 car, and the fuel is pretty good on the Tomahawk. A little bit, because it's got that 7th gear, means you can just, on the straights, put it in the 7th and you're saving fuel that way, but not a lot of fuel saving required. And some of the LMP1 cars, like the Toyota TS050, it doesn't have to do any fuel saving whatsoever. In fact, it's actually burdened by having too much fuel. So there's our second stop. Again, about 6 seconds longer than a normal lap, and then the out lap's usually about 2 seconds longer than a normal lap as well. So it's going to come in at about 7.5 to 9 seconds loss in the pit lane, depending on how good you do your in and out laps. Now, I initially thought, just because of the tyre wear and how severe it was, that the 2-stop would be the way forward in this one, and that would easily be the most competitive way to go. But as we're going to see a little bit later on in the video, it's always wise to explore other strategies, because you can be surprised by how things work out. So here we are, we'll just go back, we'll take a look at the 1-stop in a wee minute. We're on the last lap here of our 2-stop. Now, I think what's a good idea for this track, probably the best strategy, is to not crash. Now that just might sound a bit strange, you know, you don't want to be crashing at any track, but this track in particular, with the chicane in the third sector, commonly known as the chicane of death, there's going to be a lot of accidents there, and every race, even the top splits, drivers are going to bid it into the chicane of death. So I reckon if you can have a relatively clean run and 19 clean laps without crashing at the chicane of death, you're probably on to quite a good result. So here we are, coming through the chicane of death now. You can actually take it full throttle. I would say it's wise though. when you don't have any pressure from behind, is just to take a little confidence lift, just to give yourself just that little bit more chance. You're not going to lose. You might lose a couple of tenths, but you're going to lose 3-4 seconds if you put it in the wall, and probably more. So we are end of our 2-stop run, and I think it was a 26:41.7. Now, as I said, I thought the 2-stop would be the way to go in this race, given the tyre wear. I actually watched the Key 25 stream beforehand, which kind of cemented my thoughts that it was going to be a 2-stopper. That seemed to be the way that most people were running it in his practice races. But so it was a good idea just to sort of have a little test and see how the alternate strategy might work out. So this is a 1-stop run, just using soft tyres, and we're in lap 9 here. Because we were on heavy fuel, we're going to do a shorter stint on our first run, and because we're lighter in fuel for the second one, we will try and do the slightly longer stint with the lighter fuel. So the tyres are pretty much gone by now. We're gone into the 24s. No need to put any fuel in, we've done enough fuel saving over that first stint. New set of soft tyres, and out we go. Now, unfortunately, as you're about to see coming up in the next bit, I did actually make it to the end of this run, because on this lap coming up I became a victim of the chicane of death. But what was quite interesting was how well the tyres were holding up on this second stint. We're only in the mid-23s, you can see the tyre wear much less than it was in that first stint, where we've been able to look after them a lot better with the low fuel. And it seems that, to my surprise, that the 1-stop might well just be the way to go in this one. Now we're on lap 17 here, and at this point, when I look back on the replays, the 2-stopper is sitting about 2.5 seconds behind the 1-stopper on the road. Now in reality, they probably wouldn't be quite as close as that, because the 2-stopper is going to have to deal with some traffic. So it's looking to me like the 1-stop might just be the way to go. As you're going to see, we just come in a wee bit early, we just clip that inside wall, and the chicane of death has another victim. And we just quit out of that. So as I was saying, at the time of my crash there, we had about 2.5 laps to go, and the 1-stop was actually ahead of the 2-stop on the road by about 2.5 seconds. Now obviously that's unhindered progress for both cars, or pretty much unhindered progress for both cars. I did have to lap the AI a couple of times, and we all know how difficult it is to lap the AI. So as ever, there's a whole lot of things that are going to depend on how you want to run your strategy. It's going to depend on traffic, it's going to depend on your car, it's going to depend on a number of things, but it seems that the 2-stop and the 1-stop come out fairly close to each other, and of course the 1-stop has the advantage of not having to deal with the traffic, try to find its way through people on a different strategy. So hopefully what we've discussed here, I had to sort of cobble this together very quickly. I was working night shift this week, which is why there's been no videos this week, and why there was actually no strategy guide for the last round of the Nations Cup. Not that there was a whole lot of strategy involved in that one, it was just a non-stop anyway, so I didn't really feel too bad about not doing one. But yeah, the strategies are all coming together at the end of the race very, very nicely, which I think is testament to PD. They've certainly put a lot more thought into these settings, a lot more testing into these settings to make the races run differently for different people and to bring close racing together at the end of the race. So 1-stop for me. Have good luck in your FIA races. That's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye.